Before I start my makeup application, I'm going to moisturise with Keux Cosmetics Every Cream, and I'm going to put that all over my face, paying attention to the dry areas around my nose and cheeks. Next, I'm using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer to smooth out my skin tone and texture. Now I'm going to use my current favourite foundation, which is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation in shade N1, which is Ivory. I'm going to apply it with my Keux Cosmetics Dual End Powder and Foundation brush. With foundation, it's best to apply from the centre of your face and blend outwards and downwards. That way you avoid the foundation tidal line around your chin and jawline, which obviously we want to avoid. Now I'm going to flip over my brush and use the powder end of it to buff in my foundation. Next up, I'm going to use my favourite concealer ever. It's the Nars Radient Creamy Concealer, and I'm using shade Chantilly. I'm going to apply that to my under eyes, and then I'm going to use my fingertips just to blend that product in using light, gentle tapping motions. I'm now using the Keux Cosmetics Stipple and Concealer brush to apply the rest of my concealer to my blemishes and areas that I just want to add a little bit more coverage to. Now I've got a little blemish on my cheek, so I'm just going to apply the concealer and actually go in from different angles so that I make sure the whole area is concealed. And I'm just going to use light dabbing motions to conceal any other blemishes so that we just really work that product into the area. And now I'm going to set with Keux Cosmetics Pinup powder around my under eyes and any blemishes that we've targeted. I'm going to use the Sigma Mellow Powder Blush as a really subtle and gentle contour, which I'm going to add to the underneath of my cheekbones and to around the bridge of my nose and my jawline. I just like to define my features a little bit because I've got quite a round face, so I just like to bring in that definition a little bit more with the subtle contour. I'm going to blend once more with my powder brush. To sharpen up the contour line and to avoid product fallout from the blusher, I'm going to use the Pinup powder and just draw a line from just under my cheekbones on either side and let that product actually sit and bake for a little bit just to help to define that cheekbone. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush palette as my blusher, and I'm using pinks and rosy tones, and I'm just applying that with my Keux Cosmetics Stipple brush. Now I'm going to blend in the baked pinup powder to sharpen up the contour and just make sure everything's nice and soft and blended together. For my eyeshadow, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Iconic Pro palette and my Keux Cosmetics Dual End Shadow brush. I'm going to start by applying a neutral tone to my whole of my eyelid, and then I'm going to blend in using a gradient tone, which is a mid-brown colour. To define my socket line and really make my eyes appear bigger, I'm going to use a mixture of a dark brown and black tones in my socket line and blending that out with the Dual End Shadow brush. For the eyeliner, I'm using Keux Cosmetics Black Cadillac Eyeliner and Dual End Lip and Liner brush, and I'm just going to start by applying a line close to my lash line. And now I'm going to start by drawing my flick, and I prefer to draw from the tip of the flick down into the eye and really using that liner brush to its full advantage just to create a nice sharp flick, and then just building that across and building the arch to suit my own specific eye shape. For an in-depth and full eyeliner tutorial, please see the other videos in my channel. To set my eyeliner and avoid creasing or imprinting, I'm going to set it with pinup powder and use the fluffer end of our Dual End Shadow brush. I'm using the L'Oreal Double Extension Beauty Tubes mascara on both my top and bottom set of lashes. I'm using the Secret Weapon brow paint from Keux Cosmetics and the brow brush. I like to warm up the product on the back of my hand a little bit and to just decanter off some product from the brush so that I can go in with a lighter tone to suit my own eyebrow colour. I'm going to start off by defining the outer edges of my eyebrow, and then I like to fill in using short brush strokes to mimic the actual hair and build that product into the existing hairs that I already have for a nicer and softer look to the eyebrows. And then I'm going to build in my arch doing the same approach. I'm going to keep the inside of my brows nice and soft by using the tip of my brow brush and just mimicking that hair growth and blending that product out. Once again, if you'd like to see the full tutorial and a full breakdown of how I fill in my brows, please see the other videos on my YouTube channel. To finish my brows, I'm going to go in with my concealer and concealer brush and just really sharpen up those edges and neaten everything up. And then I'm going to set them a little bit with the Pinup powder and the fluffy end of our dual end brush. For my lips, I'm using my favourite colour in the world. It's the diablorose lip paint from the Keux Cosmetics. And I'm just going to apply that using a brush, just starting off with the edges and filling in. And then I like to overdraw my lip line just a little bit, just to get that nice full pout. Now I'm just going to use the highlighter shade from my Ultra Blush palette with my stipple brush and just apply the highlighter just to the top of my cheekbones. And then I'm going to finish everything off by setting with my Pinup powder. To complete the look and add that extra bit of glamour, I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispy false lashes, stuck with the Eyelure Lash Fix adhesive, and I'm going to stick those nice and close to my lash line. And there we have the finished Pinup vintage makeup look. And like I said, if you'd like to see any more in-depth tutorials into my brows, eyeliner, false lashes, please see the rest of my videos on my YouTube channel and I'll upload them soon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and be sure to hit that subscribe button.